Hi folks, and welcome to the channel, and welcome back if you have been here already. Today we will be doing something a little bit differently. We are not going to be in the kitchen. As you can see, we are going to be on the road. Today I am going to be taking a trip far outside of Toronto, and it's going to be my first farmers market experience since I've been in Canada. So I just decided that I wanted to take you folks on a trip with me to see what I experienced at my first farmers market. We are going to be heading to Kitchener Farmers Market. We are officially driving away from the hustle and the bustle of Toronto, the buildings, the noise, and we are driving at a good pace into the Guelph area. The Guelph is really known for farmlands, farm country, the countryside areas, and can be considered an agricultural food hub. Guelph is located in the southwestern part of Ontario and is 14 miles east of Kitchener. We are just turning off on the Kitchener-Waterloo area, and this area quite reminds me of home, the agriculture, the greenery, etc. And I think I definitely can live out here. The air quality is much more different than what I'm used to. The GPS got me a little bit lost for a little bit, but it didn't take me too long to get back on track. So we are now heading to the farmers market. I ended up driving through some communities, and it actually quite reminded me of Buffalo, New York, or even Detroit. And once I saw a lot of pedestrians walking with their bags of produce, that's when I knew I should have brought my wagon, because the prices were amazing and I didn't have any space to carry anything. So I practically had to be filming, and my hands were filled with produce. I ended up arriving there at 11:42 a.m. and there was free parking not too far from the farmers market, and the free parking was just on Saturdays. So this is a Kitchener farmers market, and inside I got a nice shot of the inner court, which they also have the outer court of this farmers market. This market had an array of produce and products, and for the most part they were all fresh. So the market had produce, they had meat, they had dairy, fish and eggs, which I also found duck eggs. They had honey, they had baked goods, including the food hall that we just saw. They had specialty items. Some vendors had flowers, some had crafted beer and cider, some had homemade crafts and homemade gifts and other specialty items. Overall, the market was very clean. Produce and products were arranged neatly. The stores were nice and clean, and I had no problem. There were no flies, there were nothing like that sort. It was a very enjoyable experience, and the prices were unbelievable, and it was definitely worth the trip. The experience had me a little bit bazodi, as we say in Trinidad and Tobago. I was a bit confused because you had to decide where to go, who to purchase from, what to get. Because some vendors were selling for $3, the same item another vendor would sell for $3, but it all boiled down to whose products and whose produce looked the freshest. But for the most part, it was difficult because all the produce and the products at this market were nice and fresh. These Ghanaian clothes and fashion got me very excited, but it was not what I came for. They had pork, they had different types of pork cuts, different types of ribs. They had an array of sausages. At the end of it, I purchased a little bit of turkey sausages because for the most part they had pork, and I do not consume pork. These smoked turkey sausages were the best turkey sausages I've ever had, and I'll be using some of it in a recipe very soon. Potatoes were in
Wanna
abundance
buy
and
some or
different
some
vendors
potatoes?
had potatoes, and for the most part some of them carried similar prices, some were more expensive. What I had to do earlier on was to
Thank
walk
you.
around and see whose prices were the lowest and their products were the
I
freshest
bought the
so
wagon.
that I would get value for
Buy some
money.
limes.
I found lemons and
Wanna buy
limes,
some
and
limes?
as you can see the prices were $3. I found sweet peppers. Some persons had it for $10 and some were 5. I found oranges, and if you look at the prices, these seedless oranges were $10 a bag, and it was a large amount, more than you would get in the supermarket. Out of all the vendors I went to, I think this booth was more expensive, and this is where I had some regrets. The plantains were $3 a bag, and let me tell you, this was a lot of plantains for $3 a bag. In the Caribbean store, I pay much more. They had cabbages, and the cabbages were $2, and these cabbages were huge. In some supermarkets in Toronto, cabbages go for 99 cents for one, but these cabbages were at least 3 times or 4 times bigger than the cabbages for 99 cents in the Toronto area at some supermarkets. At the end of it, this is what my haul looks like, and I'm going to go through the prices with you. These are the produce that I bought and how much I paid. I bought 2 baskets of limes, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I bought 11 limes and I paid $6. I bought some lemons, and these are large lemons. I paid $3. We bought the ripe plantains that you saw earlier on in the video, and I paid $3 for this bag. I definitely couldn't go wrong. Look out for the recipe for plantain pies. I bought this bag of tomatoes, and in this bag we have 18 tomatoes, and I paid $5 for this bag. Look out for the recipe for homemade tomato sauce. The carrots, I chose to buy just a smaller bag because I had no space to carry anything else, but I knew I needed carrots, and for this bag I paid $2. The larger bag was $12. Ginger, I bought 1 basket of ginger and I paid $3. You all saw when I was at the store with the potatoes, and these are white potatoes. I paid $5 for this bag. The bigger basket, as we saw earlier on in the video, was $20 for the big basket. I had no space, so I bought the small basket. I paid $5. Russet potatoes. You all saw the baskets. I paid $5 for the small baskets. The big basket was $20 for the entire huge basket. So I paid $5. Our peppers, we did buy the peppers, and these were $5 for the entire bag. Green bell peppers, they come with 6 large peppers. You can look out for the recipe for stuffed peppers coming very soon. I paid $5. This big bag of onion, I couldn't go wrong. I paid $6 for the entire bag of onion with 10 pounds of onion. $6, can't go wrong. We're going to be using these in all our recipes. Oranges. We saw these for $10 a bag, but as I walked around, I found them for only $5 per bag. I couldn't go wrong. They are very sweet, very delicious. I paid $14 for 2 pieces of fresh salmon, and I paid $8 for the sausages. This trip was definitely worth it. At the end of it, I was very happy. Fresh produce to go home. It was all tax-free dollars, and I paid a total of $75 for the entire haul. Was it worth it? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about my farmers market haul. Thank you for joining, and I encourage you to take some time to watch some more of my recipe videos. See you in the next video.